Hey, kia ora, Helen Brums here, coming to you live from Surprise in Arizona. Hope you're having a super fantastic, sparkling day. Welcome to Before the Dirt Nap podcast number 1439. I get to cross that one off now. Nope, that pen's not working. There we go. Episode 1439 is a super fantastic, sparkling start to the week. How did your week start out? Mine's been... I have to tell you, I have had the most amazing day for a Monday in a long time. Now, I love Mondays because they're always a great start to the week, but I had an incredible start to the week. I got a little slow at the beginning, but then we picked up pace throughout the day in that, and I almost missed a 9 o'clock Zoom call to be on that, and I made it, and with a couple of minutes to spare. It meant that I had to kick Zeffy out back into the backyard because we hadn't been for our walk at that time. And but I had a great call on that one, and it was very deep. I'm still processing a lot of the information that was heard. I took down a lot of detailed notes and things, and I'm still processing it all. So can't share it right now, but it's all part of the 90 days of self-love. What are we on? I don't know. We've done the first 30. We're on to the second 30, somewhere in the second 30s. But it's all part of that process of self-love. And it was just a very eye-opening meeting and stuff. And because and when we finished that, I got straight onto another Zoom. And so poor Zeffy didn't get her morning walk this morning, but I kept kicking her outside all morning, enticing her to go in the backyard. And then in the afternoons, whenever I took a break, I kicked her outside again. And although I didn't have to kick her out. I just asked her if she wanted to go outside, and she jumped up and walked to the back door. So that was easy. And then after I finished work, I went out, put her on the leash just to go out in the front because she has peed on the front lawn before. Got her on the front. She did not want to walk on the front lawn. I don't know what was up with it. She's done it before, but for some reason today she did not want to walk on it. And whenever I went to when I walked on it, she'd go fine until she got to the edge, and then she'd stop and she'd try and go another way to get around. It's just a small grass area, and but she wouldn't walk on it. I don't know what it was about that grass area, but she wasn't going to walk on it. But we got the trash can and brought it back in because it's trash day. Mondays is trash day, so we brought the trash can back in, and then we both went out the back for a while, and it was hot out there. It was like 108, but when I went out there, it was overcast and cloudy, and I'm like, oh, haven't seen a sky like this for a while. I mean, yesterday morning we woke up and there's these strange fluffy white things in the sky. Today there was a lot of gray fluffy things in the sky. It was still hot out there at 108 degrees Fahrenheit. That's somewhere in the 40s centigrade for my metric friends. But it was just hot. And so then I thought, well, I'm going to go do an hour of study because I put on my calendar. I'm going to do an hour of study every day for my genealogy diploma, which is through a British school, because I thought that would be a good one for me to take since I spend a lot of time researching English, Irish, Scottish, Cornish ancestry. And so yesterday I knocked out. I got one assessment done yesterday, got another module read with the assessment ready to go today. So that was the first thing I did today, was get in there and get that first assessment done. And then I got 2 other modules done with assessments. So that's a total of 4 modules completed out of 11, and got 100% in all my assessments. But it's open book, so I should get 100%. It's open book. But what is interesting is that the manual that I have was printed in 2016, and so the questions in the back have changed slightly to what they have on the computer. So I'm just sort of like, oh, okay. And then they're sort of like, oh, now you've got to, upload this file, upload that file. And I'm like, oh, that's going to take me forever because I've got to write out the group family sheets. I've got to write out the pedigree charts, and when I got on there, it was all multi-choice questions. I was like, wait, what? I can handle those. So yeah, it was pretty cool. And so now I've got 4 out of 7 modules complete. And I'm just like, yes. And my goal was to get 3 to 6 done this week. So I've got 4 done. And I thought, well, that was only an hour. In an hour, I got I got one assessment, the assessment from yesterday done. Then I did 2 modules and their assessments. So I thought that was a pretty productive hour. That was awesome. And then I come in here and see if I don't know if you can see it, but she's caught up on the bed on the recliner over there, just watching and waiting. So as soon as we finish here, we're going to go for a walk, even though it's still 100 and something degrees outside. I looked at the thing. It's not going to go below 100 before midnight. And I'm like, yeah, I'm walking at midnight. But yeah, so that was our start to the week. It was it was an incredible start to the week. A lot of head stuff today, a lot of talking of emotions, and oh, I can't blank on it. There was a lot of talk on a lot of stuff that I need to work on or be aware of as I'm going through this 90-day challenge. And it's all about posture and confidence and posture and learning more about who I am, and not just doing it at the surface level, but going deep diving down in there. And so it's going to be a fun journey. This is the second lot of 30 days on that challenge, and already noticing the difference, the higher energy levels, a lot more movement. As far, we don't use exercise, we use movement, a lot more movement, and being in a house that, going from 258 square feet to 2,261 square feet, you get a lot more movement than walking from one side of the house to the other. So, but that's fine. That's fine. That's totally fine. So, I've got a great week coming up this week. My calendar is filling up fast. Yeah. I got a busy week coming up this week. It's going to be fun. But that's the way I like it. I like having the busy weeks. In the weekend, got a couple of things on the weekend. The next weekend already booked in, but I'm going to block out some time because I might be able to get some more modules done. So I have blocked in working an hour of study time each day after I finish work. If you don't put that time in your calendar, you're not going to do it. It's as simple as that. Just get it on your calendar, commit to doing it. It's making that commitment to doing it, and getting the stuff done and blocking that time that you need to work on. Just work solely focused on that. And somebody said, and I set up in my craft room. I just got the mat on the floor. I've got a chair. I've got a folding table. My laptop is on there. My workbook is on there. My notebook is on there. I got a little pen holder with my colored pens and my highlighters in there. And I have my water bottle with me. And that's it. There's stuff in the closet, but the doors are closed. I can't see it. And for me, that is complete distraction. When I'm in there, I put a timer on, and it is focus. It is go to the bathroom before we go in there. Make sure the water bottle's full before we go in there. Because if I run out of water, I'm going to be like, oh, I need to go get water. I'm going to start making excuses to break that hour. That butt is in that chair for 1 hour. We ain't going anywhere. I don't even have the phone in the room. Do not have my phone in the room. It's out on the kitchen counter, where it stays. And I've heard text messages going off. I've heard Facebook messages going off. I've missed calls because of it. And it's all like, oh yeah, I must remember to turn the sounds off when I'm going in for my hour. But I have zero distractions in there. And the cool part is that it's on the east side of the house, in the middle of the length of the house. There is a window there, but it looks out into the side yard. So there's no view out that window at all. And there's no noise to distract me because I can't look out the front window like I can in here. I don't have boxes sitting around in that room that need to be unpacked and going, oh, I wonder what's in that one. Oh, that's where that one, and getting distracted by boxes. I actually have a TV that sits here that I've got a Fire Stick in. So if it's a quiet day or something and I'm just pottering around, I might have like some DVD. It has a DVD player built into the TV. I might, pop a DVD. Like I was watching Wayne Dyer's The Shift. I watched that through a couple of times. It was a movie, one of those ones that I like to learn with, where you learn through story. And so I had that playing just quietly in the background while working away one day. I have none of that distraction in my study area. I have made it as distractionless as possible so I can't get distracted. And even though I'm on a computer and I don't have all the tabs, like on this one, I've got like 30 tabs open, because I'm always flipping around in between them and that sort of stuff to check on things, check on emails, that sort of thing. But I try and do emails 2 to 3 times a day, morning, lunch, and evening. And, beginning of the workday, middle of the workday, and at the end of the workday. But yeah, in that room, nothing to distract me. The only tabs I open are related to what I am studying, and it's a link from the class into the thing. So I'm kind of liking this setup because it forces, that butt gets in that chair and it's like glued to that chair for an hour and I can't move out of it. It's that commitment that's keeping that butt glued to that chair. And when that timer goes off, the glue disappears and the butt can rise and we can go and do something else. So, if you have to study or focus on something and you're trying to get stuff done, what do you do to help reduce the distractions that you have? Do you have that time blocked out in your calendar? Do you tell people in the house? And thankfully, I'm by myself in this place. Zeffie has never come into that. Well, she walks into the room and see what I'm doing. Then she'll walk out and she'll come and she'll sleep here in the recliner while I'm in there. She somehow knows that no distractions. So she doesn't even come in the room when I'm studying. Well, at least I don't think she does. Focused. But what do I'm in the house by myself. But if I was in a house with people, it would be like, right, I am going into the room and I'm going to be doing this for the next hour. There is to be absolutely no interruptions unless it is a life-threatening situation, like a limb gets cut off and there's blood going everywhere, or if somebody has a heart attack. I said, if it's a life-threatening situation, then come and get me. But otherwise, do not disturb me for the next 60 minutes. And I did that sometimes with Brad as well. And he was like, okay. The only problem is that the room that I was using at the time was full of books. I had bookcases set up. I had a little reading area set up there. And I could get distracted very easily by all the stuff that was in the room. It was just stuff everywhere. And I could see, because it was my office/craft room, and the closet doors, I think we'd taken those ones off. And so you could see all my plastic containers with the yarn in. And I look at the yarn and go, oh, that would make a really good Afghan, or that would be good for this. And I start going through projects in my head. So I'm not really concentrating. But now I've got a blank room right now while I do the study thing. So kind of excited about that, because hopefully this weekend, maybe by this weekend, I can start moving my craft stuff into that room. Who knows? We'll just have to wait and see what happens. But I'm excited about it. I'm enjoying this class, this course, this genealogy course, enjoying that. And then in a couple of weeks, I've got the International Genealogical Historical Research week-long class. We start on a Saturday and we go through the following Friday. And Monday through Friday is the actual training. The other 2 days are, one day is a trade show, one day is orientation, and then we're into the class for the entire Monday through Friday. We start at 7:30 in the morning, my time. I'm on Pacific time. So we start at 7:30 in the morning, and I'm like, but it's 10:30 for the East Coasters, and it's done by the Georgia Genealogical Society. So, yeah, that makes it a little fun when we're on their time, but at least they don't start till 10:30 in the morning for those of us that are on the West Coast. So we're starting at 7:30 in the morning. Oh, it might be 7 o'clock. Better check that. But we finished like around 3 or 4 in the afternoon, and we get an hour for lunch, and so it's not so, and we get really, but they do good breaks during the day as well. Every session is 45 minutes. It's either 45 minutes or an hour, I can't remember. And then you get a 15 to 20 minute break in between each session. And then at lunchtime, you've got like about an hour. So they give you plenty of time to get out, walk around, do what you need to do, that sort of thing. And I'm like thinking, take the dog for a walk during lunchtime, but it depends how hot it is. Because, we had a good time out in the backyard today when we were out there. We were out there for about 15 minutes. By the time we got back inside, I had a headache. I was dehydrated, and I was sort of like, next time I do that, I need to take water out there with me. And I closed the door into the inside to keep the cool air in. And Zeffie kept walking over to the door like, I want to go in. And I'm like, okay. So after about 10, 15 minutes, we went inside, and she went straight to a water bowl and had a big drink. So, but anyway, that's it. We're out of here. So what happened today to make your day a super fantastic, sparkling start for your week? what things, when you're trying to focus on work, what do you do to lessen the distractions around you? Always looking for new ideas on how to reduce distractions. So if you have some ideas, put them in the comments below. Right now, I'm going to go and put some shoes and socks on and take a DOG for a WALK. Just lay there with eyes half open. Listening to every word. Aren't you, Zeffie? Yeah? Well, now we open the eyes because we've been spoken to. Anyway, go out and have a super fantastic sparkling evening, and we'll catch you guys back here tomorrow evening at 6 p.m. Pacific. And we have Nicole back tomorrow. It's the second Tuesday of the month, so Nicole will be on tomorrow. Yay! We love her. I have no idea what we're going to be talking about tomorrow night. We haven't seen any funny videos. Oh, we have seen some funny videos, but just not ones that we could talk about on the show. Anyway, go out and have a super fantastic sparkling evening. We'll catch you guys back here tomorrow evening at 6 p.m. Pacific. Hey, konera.